I mean, I knew it was good. I knew it was good, and I knew I liked it. Was it overhyped? I don't know. Wow. It could change on any day, though. Thanks for tuning in to Bourbon Drop. I'm your host, Myron. Today, we've got one heck of a matchup. First, let me say, shout out to Sean from Echoes in Eternity. Matt from Whiskey Wisdom, Troy and Laura. They are about to do some big things with Short Barrel. I'm not going to let the cat out of the bag, but they are going to do some big things with Short Barrel coming up in the near future. But shout out to you, Sean. I really appreciate you getting me my first bar mat. So now I don't have to mess up my bar when I spill my whiskey. So today's lineup is going to include cellar aged, the creamy caramel Maker's Pick, this 2016 Maker's Mark that I walked into the store and it stood out to me. It looked so different. And I asked the guy, I said, is that new? And he said, no. He said, I think that's old. So I asked him to bring it down. I was like, any way to find out like what year? And I'm looking on the back like laser cold what? And then he looks on the side and he sees 2016. So this says 2016-01. Now I did see a Reddit review where they did a 2016-03. I am not sure if back in 2016 they they were doing releases. Back then I was just sticking with my normal knob or any other 100 proof thing, and I really wasn't checking on Makers because I had just been told leave Maker's Mark alone. But anyway, since this bottle was so different, I had to get it. Paid a little more than I wanted to pay for it, but it is what it is. So this one being way different than this bottle, I started to ask myself, why does Makers always have to mess with the bottles? I still love the old 46 and 46 cast strength bottles that came in this kind of rounded shoulder bottle right here. This one, it's not bad, but the raised glass lettering, the wide stance, I like everything about this bottle. And I was like, why do they always have to mess with the bottles? Because the new 46 and 46 cast strength, it's tan and burgundy, and then the cast strength is burgundy all the way across. But anyway, when I cracked this thing open, I was like, wow. I was like, that is a good whiskey right there. So I was like, since I have this one, and I think it is way better than the newer cast strengths, why not put it up against the creamy caramel pick and the cellar age? Now, the cellar age is a blend of 11 and 12-year-old whiskey. So that tells me that it was barreled around 2011, 2012, right? So that blend. This says 2016. Most people say that Maker's Mark is around, a blend of like 6 and 8 year stuff. So since this is 2016, if it's all 6 year, I know it was barreled at least around 2010. So I thought that was a fair comparison. The proofs are similar. I think this is the highest one, coming in at 112.2. What did oh no, the cellar age was the highest at 115.7. So that's the highest one. Looking at their website says, we at Maker's Mark, and I'm paraphrasing because I can't remember everything verbatim, but we at Maker's Mark never saw ourselves aging anything past 10 years because, of course, they age the taste. So, you start thinking, well, is some of the stuff that I've gotten from Maker's Mark before, does it have a blend of some 10-year-old stuff in it? And I'll tell you what, man, this right here we'll see with the blind tonight, but when I cracked this thing, I was very impressed, and you know how much I like that cellar age. So I was like, you know what? Could this possibly have stuff that's even older than 6 years in it? Could it have been barreled, before 2010? I don't know, but I think it's going to be a great matchup tonight. So let me get the table set up. I've got the glasses. I've got CA on this one. I've got for cellar age. I've got CC for creamy caramel. This is just CS for the regular cast strength, and this one has a 16 for the cast strength 16. So I'll get the table set up, get the wheel set up, and I'll be right back. All right, I am back. So as you can see, I didn't have a lot left in this sample. Shout out to Tom too, because Tom Linderman, man, he really looked out for me. He saw one of the stores that I did a hunt at and went to that store, found the bottle for $2, and then got in touch with me and was like, hey man, I appreciate you putting your video up, and I'd like to thank you. So shout out to you, Tom. because this video would not have been possible without you. Now, let's get this thing spun up real quick. I didn't have a lot, so I had to put a very small amount in each glass. We'll get this thing spun. We'll let the wheels stop. We'll put them on the table, and then we'll start to judge. All right. Let's get the wheel out of the way. All right. So we're going to say glass, glass A, B, C, and D. I hate doing glass 1 is it third, glass 2 is it fifth, you know, stuff like that, because it's kind of confusing. So we'll say A, B, C, and D, going from my right to my left to make it easier to follow at home. Let's get into glass A. Nice on the nose, very sweet vanilla. Oh. There's almost like a little bit of a maple note. There's a nice doughy sugary note. There's a chocolate note, a light fruit note. Let's get it whipped up a little bit more. A very light fruit and chocolate. Let's go into glass B. Oh, B smells a little oaky. Chocolate and oak. Now I do get like a lot of, mainly when it comes to Maker's Mark, I get like a lot of sweet chocolate and sometimes I'll get a little bit of oak. This is actually the first night that I kind of think I'm getting a fruity note, like on glass A. B, I don't think I'm getting as much of that fruit. Yeah, it's mainly oaky. And that classic chocolate and doughy Maker's Mark note. Now it was that doughiness was more in glass A. Let's go into glass C. Ooh, glass C smells different. Oh, glass C smells like just like a powdered donut. Glass C is a little more, I want to say a little more on the fruity side. Yeah, glass C is a little more on the fruity side. One thing to note too is the old one is actually a cork. The old one is actually a cork, with the new cast strength Maker's Mark is a screw top. So not only did they mess with the bottle by changing the design, man, they put a screw top on it. Anyway, I do like the new Makers. I think they could be, some of them could be a little sharp, just a little bit. But that's why when I got this one, I was like, oh my gosh, what is that? All right, let's go to glass D. Glass D is it's got a little bit of oak on it too. It might, I'm starting to think glass D might be that caramel one. Light vanilla, a little bit of oak. Wow, a bit of an old citrus, dusty citrus. I don't know, that's kind of interesting. I don't think I've ever gotten citrus on Makers before. I never got it out of that one. See, I smelled that light like vanilla in the beginning, and that started to make me think of caramel. So let's get these on the palate. So I'm gonna go A to D, just like I did with the nose. That's actually a little thin on the palate. Chocolate. Not a ton going on. I can feel the proof. These are all first drinks of the day, so I can feel a little bit of the proof. Yeah, like I said, it's kind of quick. Not a long finish. Not really a lot of char. The finish is more of like dark cocoa powder. Not a lot of char. Not picking up any leather. All right, let's get into glass B. Oh, wow. For some reason, glass B is coming off. Maybe because I'm taking such small sips because I only had a small amount of the cellar age. Glass B is coming off a little thin too, man. Definitely a stronger finish. I am getting more heavy char on the palate of this one. The proof kind of hit my throat the wrong way. You know how we're supposed to swallow as bourbon drinkers. The proof kind of hit my throat the wrong way. I'm gonna go back into B. Sweet, oaky, but a tad thin. A tad thin. Not a ton of things going on. Now, if that's going to be the new one that I just got, that is going to surprise the heck out of me. Let's go into Glass C. Oh, a little bit of chocolate. Very sweet up front. Didn't get a lot of vanilla. Got a lot of. I almost think this one might be the creamy caramel now, because now this one is starting to come off. It has that. Like I said, it had like a powdered donut nose. It's still sweet up front. Definitely dark chocolate on the back. The back of the palate is finishing with dark chocolate, man. It is. Yeah, I'm liking this one. Let's go into Glass D. That is the most different tasting of them all. Glass D hit with a little bit of citrus. It wasn't as sweet. And when I went into the nose of Glass D, it actually was like a little more muted. Let me clean the palate up a little bit. I'll go back the other way and see if anything changes. Give me a second. This time I should be able to take bigger sips, because coming through this way, you know, not having a lot of the cellar age, I didn't want to gulp them. So let's go back from D to A and see how it changes. All right, nose. It's sweet, vanilla sweet, but then it just kind of goes away like super quick. All right, that one's gotten better on the palate. Oh, wow. Going back this way, maybe because they're similar and I'm trying to really pick out, like, with the exception of this glass. This glass was different on the nose, different on the palate, but I'm trying to pick out like just the little differences. And this one has gotten better in the mouth. It's gotten a little more viscous. That vanilla and caramel started to come through. I really like that. Let's since they're so similar, I'm going to clean in between each this time. All right. That powdered donut smell kind of went away. Still sweet on the nose. But now I'm turning more into that Maker's Profile. I just like this one coming this way was like the most different, but going back now, it's falling in line with the Maker's Profile. That doughy, chocolatey. Oh my gosh, man! But I'm still loving the nose, because now the vanilla is starting to creep back in. Oh my gosh. Let's go into the palate. I'm starting to pick up some like red fruits, like almost like the red fruits in that gummy candy. Just like it's like, yeah, just like red gummy candy. Not cinnamon red hots, almost like Swedish fish mixed with chocolate. It is finishing with a ton of chocolate. I'm liking that one. I'm liking that one too. All right, Glass B. Super doughy on the nose. Like a sweet dough, almost like a glazed honey bun. But with that Maker's sweetness, it's something about Maker's. It's almost like Maker's has like a little bit of like maple drizzled in it with chocolate. Just imagine cocoa, imagine maple syrup with cocoa powder in it, and that's like, to me, that's the classic, like, and dough. That's the classic Maker's note. All right, back into the palate. Oh, that's really good. That is really good. At first, I got a pop of citrus. Then I got like just like a super sweet, like caramel saucy note. Oh my gosh, that is good. I'm a fan of Makers, if you can't tell. The only reason why I don't have on my red Bourbon Drop logo Makers Mark shirt is because I couldn't find it in the closet. Because, you know, whenever I put Makers on, I gotta rock the red. All right. Let's get into, all right, let's get into glass A. Yep, it's like it is, that Maker's note, man. Oh, that Maker's note, super creamy vanilla with, like I said, a cinnamon glazed honey bun, or like a glazed honey bun with chocolate in it, and that dough, that sweet doughy note, man. All right, let's go into the palate. That's good. That's good too. Some of the fruits come out in that one, but more towards grape. And I don't get that a lot on Makers. I don't. I really don't. The fruits that are coming out of this glass are more along the lines of grape. It's still got that very nice caramel, like sweetness, that super heavy vanilla cream. But I'm ready to rank these. So, glass B is going to be my number 1. Glass A is going to be my number 2. Glass C is going to be my number 3. And glass D is going to be my number 4. So if you have not picked up on the tabs on the bottom, then you don't know. I don't know. So it's going to surprise me too. So is the CELLAR Age worth that 500 bones, or can you just get yourself a pick, or can you get yourself, you know, one of the cash strengths? So let's I'm scared to do this, man. Let's find out what came in first place. Oh, the 16. The 16 came in first place. Wow. Can you guys, yeah, I'm gonna zoom that in. The 16 came in first place. All right, what came in number 2? If this is not the CELLAR Age, I'm gonna be a little pissed. Oh, the regular cash strength, man. The regular cash strength came in number 2. All right, let's go for number 3. Caramel. You are telling me that the cash strength Makers came in last? I mean, the CELLAR Age CA. Oh my gosh. Look, was it overhyped? I don't know. I enjoyed all of these pours. This was in my top 5 of 2023. If you haven't seen that video, go back and check it out. I think it was like 5. I think it was like barely in my top 5. But this is kind of wild to me because, oh man, like, wow. It could change on any day though. So this is surprising. So look, if you find one of these old bottles, I suggest pick it up. Now I paid $65.99 for that thing. We know that the cash strengths come in at 40, what is it? $39.99, I believe. Somewhere around 40 bucks. It's been a while since I purchased one. But I mean, I knew it was good. I knew it was good, and I knew I liked it. But I did not know if it was going to come in first place. I was thinking maybe 2, maybe 3, because I remember how much I love the Cellar Age. So look, put in the comments if you guys thought Cellar Age was overhyped. If you guys think that, hey, just a normal 46 cash strength will beat it, because I love me some of the new, some of the normal cash strength 46. So you know, I don't know what else to say, man. So look, let the whiskey flow, never run out, let you head into the drop. Till next time.